Hey, this is Reginald Perryman with ReggiesRealEstate.com. So basically, today I just want to point out something. Most of my investors that I get calls from, and even buyers, especially my Zillow buyers, I get calls and people say, "Hey, I want a foreclosure." And I have to just tell people, you don't want a foreclosure. You want a deal. You don't necessarily want a foreclosure. And this is the reason why. I'm not saying don't buy foreclosures, but I'm saying what you're looking for is a deal. And don't limit yourself to foreclosures. So let's just say I'm going to just do a search here and kind of give you guys an idea. So let's say I'm going to use Oakland County, for example, right? So I got Oakland in here. So I got Oakland County, right? I check bank owned, Fannie Mae government owned, which includes your HUD and VA properties, right? And this is our MLS. This means that, so I got 44 matches. These are bank owned properties. The bank has already foreclosed. There's no redemption period left. The bank has taken possession of the property, rekeyed it, listed the property, put it on the market. Some of these properties will show up on auction.com. There are probably some of these are HUD properties. But everything that is currently active in all of Oakland County for bank-owned properties is 40. It's only 44, right? And this is all of Oakland County. So if you just told me maybe you wanted Southfield only, you only see 3 properties on here. List prices starting from 36,000 up to 824.9, right? So what you have to keep in mind is the banks are following the market. Typically, and I list bank foreclosures for a few banks, for Bank of America, Fannie Mae, and things of that, other banks as well. So, for example, let's just say the house is worth 200,000, it needs 20,000 in repairs. Typically, the bank in this market is going to list the property between 170 and 180. Not a lot of equity left. It's probably going to be more beneficial to an owner occupant that's going to buy that property and put some sweat equity into it, but not a lot of room for investors. Now, you will notice that some of these properties have been on the market 140 days. Maybe some of these had some deals that fell through multiple times. Buyers couldn't close on them. This one's been on the market 306 days. So what banks typically do is after 30 days, they may do like a 10% reduction or 5% reduction every 30 days until they get to the point where they're getting offers or a good offer. But they have time. So, for example, this property here in Southfield, I have one that's listed, occupied, in good shape for 85,000. This is a bank-owned property for 91,000. Same street, pretty much same size, 3-bedroom. So when I say you're not looking for, don't limit yourself to foreclosures. You want to look for a deal. Now here's what I really want to show you. So remember, in Oakland County, this is everything. Different list dates going back several months, 3 months, 6 months, or whatever. Here, I'm going to just go and look up foreclosure. And these are foreclosure notices. I'm just going to go back 1 month. Let me go back 1 month, 30 days to be exact, right? And I'm going to search Oakland County as well. And just in 30 days, it's 62 properties. Now, you might ask, what's the difference between the foreclosures here and the foreclosures here? Well, this is public notice. So basically, these were people that were served a foreclosure notice. The bank hasn't started the process. So that means they still have to go to sheriff's sale. The owners have 6 months to pay off the property or redeem it. So as a buyer or investor, we can contact these people and say, hey, look, you want to sell your property. Even if they owe more than what it's worth, you can negotiate a short sale. You're getting a deal on a property. Or if the house is worth 200 and their balance is 160, they only got 6 months left, right? So they can't be too picky. Depending on the condition of the property, there's some equity there. You can negotiate that. So you have a little bit more room to create a deal here. So keep in mind, this is only 30 days. This is going back pretty much everything is active. Again, now if I went here and I just put in 0 to 30 days, you're only going to see 17 matches. So when people are calling me and they say, "Oh, I don't really want to look at anything else but just foreclosures. Send me your foreclosures." You're going to get these 17 properties, but you're not going to get these 62. In addition to that, now let's see here. We go back 30 days here. Don't steal my secrets here. Yeah, I pay for them. So here, now when I look at my probate leads, the same time period, it's 146 of those properties. Will all these people sell? Probably not, but a large number of them will. Will they sell right now? Probably not. They can sell in probate subject to probate approval, or if their letters of authority don't have restrictions, they can sell it now. So I market to these people. Some of the properties I buy, some I sell to investors. Some of these people, they want full market value. So we list those properties and put them on the market. The point I'm making is if you're looking for foreclosures or you looking for deals, there's a big difference in the numbers. So keep that in mind. Do not limit yourself to foreclosures. There are a lot more motivated sellers out there that will sell you properties that will leave a spread in a property. Work with an agent that has information and data. Be serious about what you want to buy. Know your budget and have a strategy. And when I talk about budget, we're not just talking about what you want to spend for the property. We need to know what is your total investment and what type of return do you want for that investment. If I contact one of these probate leads and they say, "Hey, I want to sell my property for 80,000 and I go there and it needs $30,000 worth of repairs, but the home is worth 150. You got 110 all in invested, but you got a $40,000 profit you're going to make." But if you call me and say, "Hey, my budget is 80,000," or my favorite, people say, "It depends." Depends on what? Depends on how much work it needs. No, let's not do that. How much money do you have to invest and what type of return do you want to make? Or if you're buying it to occupy the property, how much money can you afford to pay for the property? So if you call me and you tell me you want to spend $80,000, I'm only going to send you properties that are 80,000 without us being clear as to what your total budget is. And the reason I say total budget is because let's say I go into one of these properties and it's mint, probably just need paint, right? And the family just want to get rid of it. It's $150,000 property. They say, "Oh, we'll sell it for 110, but we want a quick sale." If you told me your budget was $80,000, you would not get that email. But if you told me your budget was 110, maybe 70 for the acquisition, 40 for the rehab, or 80 for the acquisition, 30 for the rehab, it's still 110, or maybe 105 for the acquisition, 5,000 for cosmetics. It's still $110,000. That's why we say don't focus on just foreclosures and tell your total budget so that we can help you. Give me a call, contact me, regiusrealestate.com.